Welcome to video lecture on data structures. Myself, Dr. Shubha S., Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Government First Grade College, Malleshwaram, Bangalore, would like to present this video lecture. In this video lecture, you learn about what is searching techniques, linear search, its algorithm, program, efficiency of linear search, advantages and disadvantages. Searching is a technique of finding for an element in an array of records, a linked list, a tree, or a graph. It is the algorithmic process of finding for a particular element in a collection of items. It can be done on internal data structure or on external data structure. So we can say that searching is the process of finding some particular element in the list. If the element is present in the list, then the process is called successful and the process returns the location of that element. Otherwise, the search is called unsuccessful. The different searching techniques available are we have the linear search, binary search, jump search, interpolation search, exponential search, sublist search, and the Fibonacci search. So now in this video lecture, you will be learning more about linear search. So linear search is the simplest of all the searching techniques. In this method, the search starts sequentially comparing the elements of the array one after the other from the beginning to the end with the element to be searched. Now, if the element is found, its position is identified, otherwise an appropriate message is displayed. Next, let us learn how linear search works. So here is the algorithm for linear search. The name of the algorithm is linear search. Here, A is the array with n elements and ELE is the element being searched in the array. Now, step number 1, for I is equal to 0 to n minus 1, do if element is equal to A of I, then print ELE is found at position I plus 1. And after traversing through the entire list, if none of the elements matched with the search element ELE, then we can print a message that element ELE is not found in the list. Let us now see the program for linear search. We have the variables A of 20, where A is an array which can store maximum of 20 elements. And ELE is the element being searched. N is the size of the list, and I is used for looping purpose to keep track of the count. And pause is initially the value is initialized as -1, which is going to identify the position of the element in the list. So in the input statements, we accept the size n of the array and then the n elements into the array A. And ELE is the element to be searched in the list. Now let us see the logic of the program. That is how it works and its output. For that, let us see sample output. Let us accept the size of the array as 5. Next, let us read the 5 elements as 12, 45, 34, 67, 23. Next to that is we have to accept the element to be searched. So let us consider the element to be searched as 67. Now the logic of the program is we start comparing the elements of the array from A of 0 to A of n minus 1. So we have for loop which starts from 0 to less than n, that is 0 to less than 5, which is 4. So the loop is going to repeat for 5 times. Now inside the for loop, we have a decision statement to compare A of I and ELE. Now for the first time, when I is 0, we are comparing A of 0 and 67. And so they are not equal. So now that I changes to 1. When I is 1, we are comparing A of 1 and 67. So here again A of 1 is 45. So they are not equal. Now I again changes to 2. When I is 2, we are comparing A of 2 and ELE, which is A of 2 is 34. 34 is compared with 67. So again, it turns out to be not true. So next I changes to 3. When I turns to be 3, we are comparing A of 3 and the element. So A of 3 is 67 and ELE is also 67. Now it turns to be true. So the decision statement turns to be true. When it is true, the control enters inside the true block. So in the true block, we are having pause is equal to I and break. So pause turns to be equal to 3 now, and the break statement helps to come out of the loop. So once when the control comes out of the loop, we have a statement, if statement, if pause is not equal to -1. So we should remember that initially we had initialized the value of pause as -1. Now since pause is not equal to -1, it has changed to 3 here. So since it is not equal to -1, the true statement is printf %d found at position %d. So the first %d is replaced by ELE, which is 67, and second %d is replaced by pause plus 1. So pause is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4. So the output is going to be displayed as 67 found in position 4. Now, suppose if none of the elements in the list matched with the search element, then the statement or the message what has to be displayed is the element is not found in the list. Now, let us see the efficiency of linear search. So we know that efficiency of linear search is found by finding the number of comparisons made while searching for a given search element. If the number of elements is n, the number of comparisons depends on the position of the search element in the array. Now, if the search element is found at the beginning itself, then we require only one comparison. If the search element is found somewhere in the array, then it requires n plus 1 divided by 2 number of comparisons. And an unsuccessful search will take n comparisons. So on an average, the number of comparisons is big O of n. Advantages of linear list search. The list need not be sorted. So in a linear search, you could have observed that the list was not sorted. The second advantage is addition and deletion of elements does not affect the linear search. And the third advantage is the technique works faster for small and medium list. But the drawback of the linear search is the linear search is very slow if the list is very large. And if the number of elements in the list increases, then the time complexity also increases. So now that we have come to the end of this video lecture, I hope you have understood the concept of searching, linear search, its algorithm, program, advantages, and disadvantages. So in my next video lecture, you learn about the binary search technique. Thank you.